Hey, everybody, it's Sarah Saxby, and this is the Soul Rehab Project podcast. This is where we talk about lying to ourselves, and the lies that we are told, and all the places that we don't even know where we're lying, all the fun ways we pretend every single day that we wake up. And today I want to talk about how we spend our entire life trying to escape it. So if you really think about it, take a minute to sort of breathe through this and think about how everything that you do, everything is a little extreme. Let's say most things that you do in the course of your days is trying to escape it. You're trying to escape your silence. You're trying to escape the voice that is there when you're still. So you fill every single day with some sort of distraction. And it's not our fault because the system operates in such a way, and by a system, I mean those that benefit from us staying blind, small, sick, and obedient. So the system is rigged in such a way that it has taught us, it has conditioned us for many, many, many decades that we have to do in order to be valid. That we must always be doing something. And this is going to come full circle, you guys, because I know, I already know the questions that are going to happen. And because I've lived this. I don't know how it's all going to end, but I'm literally the one holding the door open for everyone, saying, y'all want to come this way? So I'm going to explain this, what I mean by we have been taught to always do. Most of us have never been taught to just be. And I don't want to sound like too woo-woo and all that. Like, I want to make this practical and I want to make it make sense because it isn't some far off, lofty thing. This is real, and I'm here to bring it down and make it practical. So think about what your days look like. I mean, I know people that if you ask them to go to dinner, they'll say, oh, maybe a couple months from now. I have so much going on. And I used to be like that to some degree, where I had a lot of things going on. And that was all taken away from me because I've decided that I'm going to face my lies. I'm going to start being more true to who I truly am. I'm a work in progress. But a lot of things were taken away from me. So the minute that you start to say, okay, halt, I don't want to pretend anymore. I don't want to lie. That's when things are removed from your life. And that's why most people don't want to stop the charade because they know they're going to lose something. If you stop pretending, if you start being true to yourself, start telling the truth in your life, what's the first thing that will collapse? So we spend our lives trying to escape them. So we're in jobs that we just tolerate. We use entertainment. We binge entertainment, Netflix series, right? And we get really upset when it's over because that Netflix series was literally something to look forward to. It was something to take our mind off of being still and hearing that voice and hearing where our lies are. We scroll social media. We dream about vacations. We drink alcohol, whatever it is to take our minds off of the here and now, the stillness. We think about how many people are obsessed with the Diddy trial. I don't even like saying these people's names, but like the Diddy trial or the Epstein files and all this shit. We're obsessed with it because it takes our mind off of the silence. We want to be mixed up with someone else's bullshit as if it's going to make a difference. And literally nothing ever changes. This is how every single day looks. We go to a job we don't like. We get home. We make dinner. We go to the store, take care of the kids. We turn on Netflix, grab a bottle of wine, and wake up and we do it again. So my question is, when we're living like that, when we don't have time to go out with a friend for dinner because we're like, oh, I'm just so busy. I have so many things to do. We schedule things 2 months in advance. You're doing all of these things. And the majority of them, if you're honest with yourself, the majority of the things that we're doing every day are meaningless. We're just doing things to do them. We've been taught to do. The more we do, the bigger the martyr we are. Do. You have to do to live. And how's that working out? That's my question. How is the doing working out for you? It's meaningless. The majority of it is meaningless. So as we're doing all day long, and we're scheduling more things to do, and I'm not saying don't schedule a vacation, and I'm not saying don't schedule time out with friends or time with your kids and whatever. But as we're doing and scheduling more things to do, and we're running around and we're exhausted at the end of the day, and we get up and we do it again, and we have more plans, and we have this to do, and we're scrolling here, and we're posting this. And when do you think that something is going to change? What do you think is magically going to change and make your life better and slow it down? What is it that's going to happen? Because ultimately, if we are honest, we want health. We want peace. We want fulfillment. We want to feel like we have purpose and that we're making a difference in the world. We're making a difference for our children, making a difference for our country, for our world, for our planet, right? You want to feel like you're doing something, and you want to feel energized and inspired to do it every day. You want to feel love and connection with your partner, with your family, with your kids, with your friends, with your neighbors. You want to wake up and feel good inside your body without having to run around, right? I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that that's probably what most of us want. But we're told, we're conditioned to believe that the more we do, eventually at the end of the doing, we'll receive that. We'll receive that peace. We'll receive that fulfillment. We'll receive that purpose. We'll make a difference in the world. The more we do, keep doing and you'll get there. That's one of the biggest lies we've ever been told. Because we keep doing, and we've been doing for decades, and we're still doing, and we're still running around in a loop, and we don't know how to get off of it. Because we were told this is the way. This is the way to my salvation. Just keep doing. It'll eventually show up. So if we keep doing, what do you think is eventually going to happen? So then insert all of the ways we delay it. So we always, how many people do you know, and how many times have you said, I'll get to it when? It's always a season, right? It's like, oh, when school's out, or when school starts back up, or when I get a better job, or when I have a certain amount of money in the bank, or I'm going to get divorced when the kids graduate, or I'll start living when I retire. Are you freaking kidding me? When you retire, you're working in a system that's keeping you as a slave. When you retire, The system plans on you being so fat and medicated and sick, you're not doing anything. Because all you've been doing is running around the whole time, running your errands. Running errands or running away from yourself? That's the question. The system isn't designed for you to find that purpose. It isn't designed for you to sit still enough where you're going to hear your truth. You're going to hear what your next move is. It's designed to keep you sick. That's how they make money. The more you refuse to see, the wealthier they are. They being the people that benefit from our sickness. They benefit from our blindness. The longer we stay asleep, the more we're benefiting that system. Believe it or not, doesn't matter to me. So as we are going through the day trying to escape it, everything will fill our time. You might be at lunch and you're like scrolling, right? You're scrolling the whole time. An hour scrolling. You get home. You don't just sit. You have to hustle. You have to hustle around, get shit done. And when you're done getting shit done, you turn on Netflix, pour yourself a glass of wine. And you get up and it starts all over again. And for some reason in the back of your head, you're like, I know this is going to end at some point when the kids graduate. But it never ends. It never ends, and it's not built to. Until you wake up and realize it wasn't built to. We weren't built to just, it wasn't. Real life is not meant to be just done. We're meant to be. And I watched The Matrix last night, and it inspires me to talk about this, because if you think The Matrix is fiction, then you must also think that Katy Perry went out into outer space. So there's that. So the more we escape, and the system rewards you when you escape. So the more you stay distracted, you get more rewards, right? You get to stay in your nice house. You get to keep your bank account. You get to keep your dead relationship. You get to keep the job that you don't like, as if you stay in to the system, right? You took the blue pill. The blue pill. That's going to keep you right functioning in that system. The problem is that system is collapsing, and it's going to get harder to stay in. So that's why I've created the Soul Rehab Project, to pick up all the pieces of other people who want to follow me into the door of how to actually start living where you're not always doing. So one thing that came to me earlier today was how my mom was a person who she got shit done. The woman did a million things every day. And she was applauded for it. It was like, oh, your mom does so much. She takes care of so many things. And she did. She was always running. Never sat down. And I remember asking her, maybe more than once, but I would say, Mom, why don't you just sit down? And she said to me, because I don't like how it feels when I sit down. And if that isn't the truest thing, we don't like how it feels when we sit down. What she was saying was, I don't like the thoughts that come out when I sit down. I don't like the voice that says you're not in the life that you wanted. You're not in the relationship that you wanted. This is not the life you thought you were going to have. Every time she sat down without some sort of distraction, that's what she heard. I know that now as an adult. I didn't know when I was younger. But she was doing all day long. One, that's what she was told, that in order to look like you're responsible and look like you're worthy, you have to do constantly. The more you do, the better of a person you are, right? Better woman you are. So she was taught to just do, but she also was aware that when she sat down, the voice in her head got really loud. And so if you're honest with yourself, you will start to take a look at where you are just filling space. Filling space. And yes, I'm saying you're filling space at a job you don't like. So 50 hours a week, 40, 50, 60, whatever it is, you're wasting precious moments doing something you don't like. We're going to talk about this. So hang tight before you go, well, I have to work. I have to make money. No shit. Me too. But you're wasting time in a relationship that no longer suits you. It just exists. You're just used to that person, right? You're inside of an identity that doesn't look like the one you thought you were going to have because you're pretending. So you might ask, well, if you're resonating, if what I'm saying is resonating, because for those of you that know human design, I'm an ego manifester. So my words are not meant to just be heard. My words are meant to be felt. So if you're feeling what I'm saying, not just hearing what I'm saying, you might say, okay, I feel this. I understand what you're saying. I can see how I'm just filling space all day, but I don't know what else to do. And that's the key. That's the exact issue, is you're saying, I don't know what else to do. Sarah, I hear you, but what am I supposed to do then? Am I supposed to just quit my job and get divorced and do what? Well, that's the thing, because we were taught to do. You're coming from a place of, I need to do, so I need to replace it with something. What am I going to replace it with? I get what you're saying. I want to feel better. I know I'm not anywhere near the person I thought I was going to be. I know my mom wanted way more for herself. I know she did. And I know that's why I'm speaking right now. I'm clearing generations. It doesn't just have to be women, but it's a lot of women who are just performing every day because that's what they were taught. They were taught, if you just keep this up, you'll get there. But you'll get where? Where are you going? And where do you think the pretending is going to lead you? Where do you think? So when you ask me that question, Sarah, I hear you and I feel you and I think I'm on this treadmill and I don't know how to get off, but what else am I supposed to do? That's the question. That's the issue. You don't. Okay, so am I supposed to just sit here? Yes. It feels like the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. But yes, it's starting to take moments where you just sit. So you don't grab your phone. If you have an hour lunch and you go, don't even take your phone with you. Just go sit outside. Don't talk to anyone. Just go somewhere where you're by yourself and just sit. This is how it starts. You don't have to go big right out of the gate and make all these changes. It's starting to be true. It's starting to remove the mask. It's one step at a time. You stop pretending and things start to shift. The other day, because I'm still in a place where I think I need to do to prove myself. I think I need to do to feel worthy. I think I need to do because I want to show the universe I'm doing. Look at all that I'm doing. And for me, it's the opposite. I get less. The more I do, the less I get. And so I went to the pool. It was a Wednesday at noon, and my daughter wanted to go to the pool. And I sat there and I said, should I just stay here and keep trying to market myself? And then I was like, it was so hard for me, but I left and we went up there for an hour or two. And that was the best move I could have made. But it was the hardest thing I not ever had to do, but it was a really difficult thing to do because that voice kept coming in going, you're going to fail. You're showing the universe that you're lazy. You don't want it enough. No, I was showing the universe that I respect myself. I'm spending real time with my child who's going to college. How is that little bit of time showing that I'm lazy or that I don't want my business bad enough? It was the smartest thing I could have ever done because I slowed down. You know, it's kind of like when, God forbid, people will get an illness and it forces them to slow everything down and they get a perspective like, what am I doing? I'm crazy. I'm running around and I'm barely eating, or I'm eating crap food and I'm constantly doing. I'm never just sitting, and they all of a sudden all they have to do is just sit. It's the universe saying, look. So yes, we are human beings that do things. But it isn't until you stop that you discover the things that are truly meant for you. Then those are the things you do. But we don't listen. We do first. We schedule first and assume that we're going to feel like doing that thing when we get to that time. Right? So you schedule something and when 2 weeks in advance, and then you go to do it and you're like, I don't even feel like it. Well, right. Because it's all about being now. It's not about just doing. It's about sitting long enough to hear what's true, to hear what's best, and it's in there. But it's the hardest thing we'll ever have to do. You probably get anxiety just thinking about it. But the more that you live untrue, the more anxiety you're going to get, the more anxiety, depression, sadness, confusion, pressure. Just a little bit at a time. So I hope this helps a little bit, paints a little bit of a picture. I'm looking for everyone out there that is ready to truly move beyond the doing and start being. I'm doing a free live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Hope to see you guys there. The landing page, the page to sign up it's on my homepage and strategiesforhappiness.com. It'll be in the link. It's in the link in my bio. You can schedule me for speaking engagements. I tune in and I speak from the truth. And I do one-on-ones with people. I do, I get symbolic, I don't know what it's called, like imagery. When people really, really are wanting information, when we're doing one-on-ones, it's really cool. If you truly want information about yourself and where you're stuck, I get symbols and I can let you know what I'm seeing. So that's a really cool thing too. But I can channel truth for you if you really want to hear it. I tune into that and I speak it, and something inside of you remembers. It's just a gift that I have. And so I do all kinds of things. You can schedule a 90-minute one-on-one in my bio. Share this podcast, comment on the podcast, send me an email, sarah@strategiesforhappiness.com. And let me know what you guys think, where you're at, what you want me to talk about, all of those things. So I look forward to building the community, and I will see you all soon.